What's good, y'all? It's your boy Lorenzo, aka Big Renzo.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Melissa, and we're here with another episode of Esoteric Love. So, this week we are going to be discussing hard topics. My husband and I, we are always talking about, just life in general, future things, just, make sure we on track with the kids, all that good stuff. So, we do that a lot and we do that often. And we found ourselves talking about hard topics that we are now going to have to eventually discuss with our kids.
Yeah.
Our boys are, 14?
Yeah, 14.
Okay. They're 14, so they're going to be adults soon. And they are already, young teenagers, young men or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we realize, it's a conversation that we have to have with them. And that conversation is them being a black man in today's society.
Yeah.
And it's really hard just thinking about it in the fact that this is even a conversation that has to be had with them, because they shouldn't, they shouldn't have to do anything any different. They shouldn't have to, really have to oh shoot, what am I doing? Oh, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? And they're just kids, like I said, young men, young teenagers. They should be able to live life like that, to just live life as I'm cool, I'm just being cool. They don't have to, of course, we are always on our kids about being disrespectful, being, just loud mouths. We're on our kids about certain things. So that's not even in their day-to-day life. So when I say they shouldn't have to change what they're doing, they shouldn't have to just change their everyday how they are.
Yeah.
because they're black men, pretty much. I find myself at the grocery store. I find myself, different places, and I'm of course our sons, they either love to put their beanies on or they hoodies on. One of my sons loves to put their hands like a hoodie in the front of their pockets. And I find myself at the store, jumping on them, stop, take your hood off, do it like this. And they're looking at me like, whoa, what the heck?
What you talking about, man?
What the heck is going on?
Yeah.
And then I sit back and I'm like, that's horrible that I even have to do that, in the fear that they'll be used to that and do that out when they're not around me, and not knowing how or how somebody would take it, or, because of course, as black men, but period, our kids are a lot larger than
the average.
Yeah, the average.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're a lot larger. So automatically they already get that they think they're 16, 17, and they're only 14.
Yeah.
But they often get, that they're older than they are. Yeah, so then it's just constantly, me as a mom, and I know I can't be like that, but I don't want them to go anywhere. Not that I don't want them to go anywhere, but I'm nowhere without me. But they're getting older. They're gonna want to go to the mall. They're gonna want to walk around and go here and there with their friends. And then it's just I don't want to I have that fear every time that they go somewhere. And it should not be like that. It really shouldn't be like that. But
Because I don't want you to get emotional about it.
I know, because it's just a hard topic to talk about.
It is.
It's really hard because I don't like that I have to be like that with them. And like I said, I find myself in the midst of yelling at them. Dang, really?
Yeah.
Why are you doing all that? But you have to do all that.
Yeah, you have to do. When they out there in the world, you never know how other people might take it. They be sitting there just innocent if they want to be.
Exactly.
But they'll take it a different level because of what they look like and the color of their skin.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying? So that is deep.
Yeah, and just seeing all the stuff on TV, just seeing, black men dying, just having to have that conversation. So what I mean by, when you're in front of an officer, make sure you have your hand, your hands on, where they can see them. You make sure you're not doing any sudden movements. Make sure you're not, that conversation is what I mean. Like, having that with just innocent kids puts them at, like, because that's not even a thought in their head.
Yeah, they don't know nothing of what's going on with that. They're like, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
They don't know.
Kids. Yeah, they're still kids.
Yes, they're still kids. They don't know. So then now I feel like having that conversation is putting those thoughts in their head. Because my brother is in law enforcement, so I don't want them to feel like every police officer is bad or every law enforcement person is bad or mean or anything like that. Like, I don't want them to feel like that. So how do you have that conversation without putting those negative thoughts in their head, but making sure that they're aware
of what's going on?
Yeah. Because growing up, we had friends of every color of the rainbow. Like, we had all kind of friends. There was no racist bone in my parents' body or our body. Like, we were taught to love everybody, respect everybody. And that's why I feel like racism and those type of things is taught. That's why I feel like that. I feel like it's taught because how do you even know that you don't like this person? How do you know you don't, you were told in some type of sense that this person is a threat of some sort. And that's the thing. Like, why can't everyone just help each other? Like, that's like, it needs to be where people are helping each other. But in reality is, I'm trying to get up on this person because this person is more stronger than me or more, whatever the case may be. It doesn't have to be like that. But like I said, we were raised really, really just open. My parents would take in anybody. We was feeding anybody. Like, it really was not, was not a racist type of thing. And so, like I said, I want them to be the same way. I want them to love everybody, care about everybody, make sure, they're helpful and open to people. But how do you do that not knowing how the next person perceives you or how the next person, thinks that you are or how that person's parents are? Because then, and that's a big thing. Like, they ask me, can I go to my friend's house? I'm like, okay. And I hate for it to sound like that, but I'm like, do they know you're black? Like, I want to make sure they know, do their parents know you're black? Like, do their parents like black kids? Like, I need to know because kids like to make up their own little schedules and I'm going out here and going here without talking to the parents much. So if you're going over to somebody's house, I feel you should, they need to know. And so I need to know if they know, just pretty much. But like I said, it's just, why does that conversation have to even be had? Why do we even have to go there and even deal with that? But it's just like, it's time for us to have that conversation with our kids. Like, it's really time. And like I said, I hate for it to be like that.
Yeah. You want me to go into the story?
You can.
All right. Well, me and my wife, I had a situation actually about a couple of days ago, and I told my wife about it, and my kids were confused. They didn't know really what was going on, and I knew then that we had to have a small talk about it. What ended up happening, we went to the gas station, me and my two boys, and we pull up, and there's 3 police cars in front of the gas station. We needed the gas. We couldn't go nowhere else. That's the only place we had to go. So we went, and my window was cracked and lowered a little bit. And I told my boys, I'm like, look, they're already ready to get out the car. This is a routine for them. They get something to drink after football practice and they get gas. So this time I told them, I said, look, y'all take those hoodies off. It's cold outside. But I told them, y'all take your hoodies off. And when y'all walk past the police officers, y'all be cool. Like, y'all have your hands where they can see them. And just walk normally. Don't do nothing extra. And they looking like what? Like, what do you mean? Like, it's police officers. But I had to tell them, you know what I'm saying? And as I'm saying it, I saw one of the police officers. You know how somebody look out the corner of their eye, like they hear you talking, but they're not really looking at you? And so when the boys walk up, the police officer is like, hey, hey guys, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? And then one of my boys was like, hey,
At this point, they already been like, that's what I mean. But the stuff that is put in their head, not put in their head, but we had to let them know. Yeah. So they're like, what do I do?
Yeah, they didn't know what to do. So the officer was still like, you guys are playing football? Oh yeah, cool. Like trying to really chop it up with them. And I'm sitting there like looking though, still looking. They go in the store and the police officer like looks directly at me in the face because he heard what I said to him. So he was looking at me like bro, we ain't all like that, but you still have to have those talks with your kids. So they coming back out from out the store. They walking normal, actually walking way too normal. Like they walking like, hey, all right, like let me get to the car. And the officer was like, you guys do good. I hope you guys have a really good season or whatever. And then one of the boys was like, oh, okay. And they walked over. But when they got in the car after all of that was said and done, I pretty much told him and chopped it up with him. I said, your uncle is in law enforcement. I don't want y'all to think that everybody's bad, but make sure you carrying yourself where they don't have a reason to do anything or say anything to you. Yeah. So we don't want to give them a reason. It's already in the back of their mind what they feel about you because of your color, but just be cool so they ain't got to worry about nothing. Yeah. So.
And just like seeing things like as a child, I seen my dad get gaffled up, by the police. So it's just like you can form your own opinion. But like I said, I've never had no real big issues because, like I said, my brother's in law enforcement, but I have seen some things that don't seem right. Well, of course, like on TV now, I really see it, but I'm just saying as a kid growing up, I've seen a few things, but not enough to form my thoughts and opinions to a negative one. I still, in my innocent mind, where it's like, police officers are to help. That's what they're here for, So I want them to still have that respect and that respect for a police officer. And I just want them to also know you're sometimes looked at a little differently.
Yeah, we already looked at as we aggressive and we're this and we're that.
And, too strong and all that. But then, I don't know. That's a whole other conversation.
Well, like I said, especially black people in general, especially black men. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I have countless, when I say countless situations that happen to me, countless situations that happen to me. Just a rundown, me going to the gas station by myself when I was like 18. I had a Camaro, it was an older one, and it was late at night. I was coming from work. It was late at night, like 2, 3 in the morning. Police, they swooped in on me like I was robbing banks. That's how it was, like 3 or 4 police cars. Pull up on me, long story short, they got their guns drawn. They made me put my hands on the back of my head, walk to the back of my car. They grabbed me up, throw me on their hood, and asking me questions. I'm like, bro, I'm 18. I'm coming from work. I don't know what y'all talking about. And they were just asking me all these questions, like asking me where my ID is, grabbing my pockets. I'm like, y'all really own this right now.
Wait, I have a question real quick. What happens if somebody doesn't have like balance and they got you walking backwards? Like, what if you fall and shoot you because you think you're doing something? Sorry, that's
I don't. I wouldn't want to find out.
Not everybody has that kind of balance to be just like
just walk backwards like what happened?
Yeah, they know where they're going and stuff, and then you're scared on top of that.
Oh, I was scared. I was shaking like booty meat. Oh wait, sorry, y'all. I was trying to be serious through the whole thing. I promise I was.
You're something wrong with you.
But I was like, I couldn't even get my doggone feet together. I was so doggone nervous.
See, and that's just. As a mother, like, just period, as a parent, that's the things that I fear, and I don't want to fear. And, 16, you can have a permit, age 16, 15, 16,
something like that.
So it's like the years are coming very close that they're going to be driving on their own and being on their own and just all of that. But that's just the part I get from my mom, to stay prayed up and do all that, because Lord knows those are things that I think about often.
Yeah. No, hey, I understand.
Like, ugh, just
I didn't tell my mama none of the stuff that happened to me. She don't even know.
see,
She didn't even know what happened.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Even the one when you said, yeah, no. But no.
What happened with my daddy?
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like 7 or 6 or something.
Sorry.
No, I was like 6 or 7, and the police pulled up, and my mom's driving, and they asked her about my daddy who was in the passenger seat. Like, he wasn't even driving.
Yeah.
They're like, no, we need, what's your name? He's like, why? We want to know. He was like, why do I have to tell you my name and I'm not even driving the car? Like, I don't get why you asking me questions.
Yeah, like,
man, they must have snatched my daddy up out that car, thrown him to the ground, and had their way with him. I'm like, Lord have mercy. I still remember it to this day. And it's but like, that's just how the society is, man. It sucks, but it's like that.
That's just how it is, and that's what I hate.
Yeah, but you know you had a situation, with your ex boo thing, where that happened to him. And when you was don't try that. We tell the truth on this podcast. So we gonna bring it up on your ex boo thing when you was driving.
Yeah,
a similar situation, right?
Very similar situation.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to do that.
Same thing, but no, just yeah. So they're hard talks, but those are talks that we have to have. So another hard talk that we are going to have is about
the nasty
sex, baby.
Oh man, the nasty.
Mr. Nasty.
Yes, the nasty time.
So that's something else I dread as a mother.
I mean, they already go to the bathroom 100 times a day. You do know what happens in them bathrooms all day long.
See,
they stay in the bathroom. I didn't even know what a busted challenge was until every time I walk past the bathroom, I hear busted. Which means you busting, ain't you?
No, really?
All right. I went a little too far.
You did.
I'm sorry.
Gosh.
That's why I don't touch none of my bathroom doorknobs with my raw hand. There ain't no telling what's on them door handles.
With your raw hand?
Meaning like, raw hand. Like I would go
bare hand.
Bare hand. Yeah. Not raw hand.
Raw hand.
Bare hand.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't do that.
So I've kind of come to the conclusion that they're going to do it when they do it. I don't want to think of that. He's the one that always is like
that one up there, Rico Swat. Well,
I can only hope that they wait. When they wait, that they're protecting themselves, that they're being cautious, that they're not just slanging it everywhere to everybody.
We hope so. Hope not.
I can because those are certain things that you can't control unless you be controlling and lock them in a room. Not literally, but I'm just saying, there's no way to really know.
But it's too late because one of them know he look good. When you know, put the microphone up a little higher. When you know, that's it.
But
that's all.
That doesn't mean that you have to be sexually active.
Y'all more. Let me tell you about girls. You might not know. Well, you will know, but y'all more advanced than we are. Yes, they always say boys be the first one want to hump. All they want to do is hump. But a lot of these girls, what's it called? Insinuate? What's it called?
Yes, they know.
No, that ain't the word. But it's one of them words where
they
initiate it more. They be like, hey, you look good. Do you want this box? And then they'll be like, and then you be like, oh yeah, I'll take some of that box. And then that's what it is.
I understand that. But seeing that I wasn't like that, maybe he will follow behind that. And you weren't like that. I don't know.
I was insecure.
So if you weren't insecure, you think you've been swaying it to the whole
I don't know what I would have been doing.
But
what I do know is I was insecure, about my situation. But the people that ain't insecure, like that one that's upstairs, that's real in tune with what he got going on, It's tough.
Oh,
It's tough out here in the field.
yeah, so I don't know. I really don't know. I can't even have the conversation with y'all because I can't even gather my thoughts to even have this conversation. But I just know, like I said, that the time is here, the time is now, and we have to do it.
Didn't it happen fast? There was just 3 last week, wasn't it?
It seemed like it. It seemed like there was like 3 to like 7 just recently, and no, they're like teenagers.
It's funny because we just was having to tell them like they didn't know about being erect. Like, bro, you walking around the house and your thing is sticking out. Like you don't feel your thing sticking out, bro? What? Oh, I'm only 12. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh my God. Let me tell you real quick. Oh, that's so embarrassing. Speaking of erect, so my son he's at school. This is before the pandemic. I do the same routine, pull up, drop him off. He gets out, bye mom, and goes into school. he proceeds to do that. He gets out the car. Turns to me, bye mom. And his business is standing straight out. He loves wearing sweats. That's just he's very lazy when it comes to dressing. So he just loves throwing on the first thing that he can. And so he wears sweats or basketball shorts 7 days a week. He turns around, hello, business just standing straight out. And I'm like, oh.
He had no idea what was going on.
No idea. And he's like, no. And so I'm like, I'm calling him like, come here. But he can't hear me, I guess. I don't know. But the teacher, like, she's like a proctor or teacher, I don't know. She's standing next to him and she looks down and like, oh, like her face goes like, her eyes get all big and she like looks away really quick and I'm like, oh my God. So at this point, he's now walking away because he doesn't realize that I'm saying, come here. And I'm just like freaking out. Like, I'm literally freaking out.
What up, homie? Boner. What it do, homegirl?
Yes.
Boner.
I'm like,
I did have to have that talk with them though.
I'm glad, but that might have been before that happened because
it was after.
Yeah, because I don't think he fixed it because I don't even think he came back. He
didn't know. He didn't realize anybody else would see it.
Oh,
he didn't know.
Gosh.
He just walking.
So I never went back to ask him. Like I said, I avoid hard situations. I avoid hard conversations. So I never went back and asked, did you fix your business? Did anybody say anything? I didn't never ask. But yeah. But like I said, I know they're getting more advanced and they're getting more out there because you say certain stuff and they're like, laughing and.
Oh yeah, but what happened with the macaroni and cheese that you was making in the or was it mashed potato? Which one was it? Macaroni and cheese. That's what it was.
Yes, and it seems to always be that one. But yeah, so I make macaroni and cheese. You get to put all the stuff in and start stirring it. It starts making that sound. Mm-hmm. That sound. And this fool gonna say, oh, like he starts laughing first, and he gonna say, "Oh, that sounds satisfying." What? Really?
Yeah, you turned your head off fast. I'm like, what happened over there? What's the deal?
Because I'm about to hit you with this whole bowl.
You was about to hit him with the whole bowl.
The bowl and the spoon. Like, what are you talking about?
I mean, macaroni and cheese. That sound is a bit.
No, yeah, because
Oh, I know.
You see how you turn this real.
Well, I'm basically saying what he said.
Okay, the difference is he was like 12.
Oh, yeah.
He was
like 13. He was 13. He was 13.
Anyways, but even having a conversation about not watching porn. Like, God. That porn is not
These fools was figuring out how to watch. Even when you block something, they figuring out how to watch it on some old tablets they had when they was 2 years old.
That's the part. And that's what makes me so mad about these kids. I'm trying to tell you, they will figure out how to hook up a old computer top to a TV, to a doggone something, to get some internet connection, to get porn that you blocked from one device. They will figure out how to get, oh my God, they will figure out how to see it. And I don't get, but then in school, be like, oh, it's time for you to draw a house. I don't know how to draw a house, so I'm just not going to do that assignment. Wait,
house drawing. I don't
what?
know about that.
Like, but you know how to hook up a whole doggone IT setup, but you can't draw no house. Like, that's the things that make me mad about these kids. But I'm telling you, it's just
all hard conversation.
All hard conversation, especially for me. He's a lot more open. My husband is a lot more open than me, and more playful and silly and just say it how it is. Like, he's a lot more better than I am. But me, I'm just like, just I don't want to.
It's tough on my. I know when my daughter go through things.
Oh,
I'm not gonna want no parts.
I
no parts
cannot wait.
None.
Till it's time. She get her menstrual, or going right over to dad. And,
no need.
And have him help you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, you don't.
Sorry,
but you want me to figure out these kids. Oh my God.
Yeah, but most of the time it's what we see, and then we correct. I mean, you try to not deal with. I'll go. Look, bro. You can't be stroking that peen all day, every day, bro. You can't just walk around stroking peen. That's not what we doing in this house. They
better not be stroking nothing.
And I tell them, and they know that I know. Because I'll be like, I know what's going on. Like they'll walk down the stairs. I'm like, bro, can you go change your shorts, bro? Go change your shorts. You had a Krispy Kreme donut and you rubbed it on your pants. Really? Go change your clothes, man.
Oh my God. Okay, one more real quick. Yes. I hear rumbling. I'm at home. We at home. We been getting ready to go to bed. I hear rumbling in the hallway. It's late at night. Rumbling in the hallway. It's dark. I open my door, and my son is standing there, booty hole naked. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I started freaking out. What are you doing? He starts acting like he's sleepwalking. I'm sorry. He starts acting like he's sleepwalking. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you? And then he just goes, my stomach hurt. My stomach hurt. And booty hole naked.
He thought we were asleep.
That's exactly what he thought. He thought we were asleep.
We wasn't asleep yet.
Mind you, where we kept we had overflow of towels, were right by his room. And that's what the rumbling was. Him trying to get into that tub to do a towel, I guess. See, I didn't think of that. He's the one that told me.
Oh, I know.
But he goes, my stomach hurt. And I'm like, go to the bathroom. So he goes, red booty hole naked into my bathroom. And I'm just like, I'm standing outside my door with the door closed, like so confused. He's like, I know what he was doing.
It's cleanup time. What
I know exactly.
I gotta clean up something.
And
they used to have so many towels. We had to get new towels. They had so many towels in their room. Y'all don't take that many showers. They don't knock it off.
They really don't. So he had to tell me what was going on at that moment because I was just clueless. I'm like, his stomach is hurting. No, his stomach ain't hurting.
Negative.
So yeah, these are just hard conversations that I'm sure even if you have small kids, you'll have to have at some point.
Eventually.
So I just say, face them head on, even though I haven't yet. But
no, you haven't yet.
Face them head on and, just make sure you have someone there with you to help you. Especially the moms.
I'm proud of my wife to go from, it got real deep in the beginning. Did we have like a beginning, middle, end? That's like an essay, right?
We done wrote y'all an essay.
We wrote y'all an essay. I hope y'all enjoyed it. All real topics.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, you got some more to add, wife, or you good?
No, I wish y'all the best with
when y'all teenagers get teenagers. For real.
Help me. Pray for me, please.
It's tough.
Jesus.
Hey, y'all might want to share this with somebody that might be going through the same thing.
I'm sure there are. Oh my God. I'm sure there are.
If we know, y'all gonna know too. But yeah, we gonna cut it off right here, and I'm gonna let my wife let y'all know where y'all can find us at.
So y'all can find us. Our website is esotericlove.net. Go check out our merch, go support, share. You can find our Instagram, which is esotericlove00. You can also find our Facebook is Esoteric Love. TikTok is Esoteric Love. YouTube, Esoteric Love. Make sure you check us out on TikTok too, because we be doing
some stuff on there. I'm gonna start dancing more.
Yes, y'all need to
Maybe.
encourage him to dance more.
We'll see. Y'all follow. I might do some dancing.
He act like he don't know how to dance, but he dances very well. But anyways, so yes, check us out. Hit us up. You know, we're always open to topics and questions and all that good stuff that we do answer. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes.
So we appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate the love and support. And we up out of here. Much love.
Love y'all.